time
Y'all
or
seen
daylight, rest
y'all
of the day,
seen
doesn't matter.
Philly Reddit?
Nah, what's that?
Man, I was just in Philly with Wallow and Gilly.
Salute to Wallow and Gilly.
Shout out my brothers. And they showed me this YouTube page called Philly Reddit, and it's like all these kids that's just like dissing each other and killing each other.
To tell me how you feel about it.
About the Philly Reddit piece, right?
Yeah. I like his work, by the way. I don't know who that is, but I enjoyed it. I won't lie.
He saying, but then the information they be having be, you know what I mean? They be so roundabout, having an understanding of what's going on. I feel like, damn, who is this person? You know, who's capable of getting this much information?
I'ma talk about the ops all day, cause they dying. We been looking for the ops all day, I can't find them. I'ma hop out with the nigga, I ain't no drive.
We got sticks and drums when they go off, sound like a marching band. It was really target practice on the day I parked your man. You really a savage, should be shooting and stop talking then. He got parked and he was holding the Drake, man, get it off of him.
That Rel from Richard Allen situation we talked about in part 1 was crazy because his cousin was a Penntown boy, PTB, and this was before they started going by No Regrets. Rel even lived down Penntown for a while and his blood cousin was YSL, who we will talk about later. When that situation happened with Rel happened, YSL's older brother stopped hanging around Penntown, because Rel was his cousin and he felt some type of way even though his mom and brother stayed. I don't think they targeted Rel specifically, he was just at the wrong place at the wrong time. We should make a correction from our last video. We stated that Sean Bone and 100 Buck started P Block. They didn't start it, but were closely affiliated. Sean and Buck are from Cambridge Street. It's down the street from 10th Street, but it's not Richard Allen. They associate themselves with each other, because P Block and Richard Allen members grew up together in close vicinity. Even after the deaths of Quack, Wayne, Za, and Rel, the young bulls were still cordial because they went to Kearney together, but shit started getting more and more reckless after the last few young bulls graduated from Kearney. Because they no longer had to put up with each other and see each other every day. Kearney is not necessarily in Penntown, but it is in the Penntown area. So people from Penntown and Richard Allen were students there. It's 1 block away, but kids from Richard Allen still went there rather than their neighborhood school, Spring Garden. The rapper, Hound YSF, from Richard Allen, was even cool with Penntown young guys while they went to Kearney, and they even gave him his nickname Bullet, before he changed it to Hound YSF. A lot of stuff happened in between the deaths. Like the Penn's Landing situation.
My bag now. Can't believe niggas showing off. Now for that I'm about to tell it all.
Members from both sides saw each other and a fight broke out. The rapper Buddha ran to the cops. We're not sure if he told, but they've got a picture of him next to the cops.
No regrets right behind me. I know niggas wanna lie me. 7 King stripper broccoli. Tipper Brandy wanna stop me. Your whole hood know my fucking name. Cause you keep on hating, go get some change. You know what it is. I don't need no nigga, y'all about to shit up in. Penn's Landing, yeah, we had y'all bitchin'. Where was you? We was fucking mixing like a week later. Had y'all niggas snitching. 700, we stay with extension.
There's also the situation where some dudes from Richard Allen tried to go to the pizza store, near Penntown, and got beat up.
I'm good, nigga. Anywhere I go, I'm good, nigga. Pizza store, y'all not allowed there. Better order right, I better sneak there.
There are plenty of stories of Richard Allen getting the better of Penntown as well in fights and scuffles. Before the young bulls started shooting, they would always rumble. Lil Nah, from NR, dissed Richard Allen way before NR3 was even a group. Years later, there was another situation happened. A couple of teenagers from Penntown got jumped by teens from Richard Allen coming from school, and they took some bull named Digga's uniform shirt and book bag and were trolling on the net. Ebo, Richard Allen, got shot up coming from school, but he made it out alive. That same bull Ebo got ran down on while he was with his kid, and they beat him up out of his shoes. They had taken a picture of him and Penntown was trolling. In the picture, you could see the stroller next to him and his sneakers were off his feet. There are also videos on the internet of OT7 Kwani and other Penntown members getting shot at. We've seen at least 2 of them, but couldn't find them in time for the making of this video. Samir Sumner, was going to the bus stop late at night and got shot up. He was shot an unusual amount of times, so a lot of people think that it was to send a message. Samir repped Penntown, but he was laid back, he wasn't really in the mix. Lil Mir was killed when two masked gunmen shot him more than 24 times while Samir walked near his home on an early Tuesday morning in October 2019, Philadelphia police said. Witnesses told investigators that the two shooters fled on bicycles. An off-duty officer heard the barrage of gunshots and rushed to the scene on North Marshall Street near Poplar Street, located on the edge of Northern Liberties and the Poplar section of the city. There, investigators found evidence that 29 shots were fired from two separate guns, Philadelphia Police Chief Inspector Scott Small said. 25 of them hit Mir. He suffered wounds to his neck, chest, torso, back, and legs. He died a short time later at a nearby hospital, according to police. Samir lived about 4 blocks away from where he died and was clearly the intended target, Small said. On the 9th of June, 2020, Richard Allen decided to slide on Penntown, but the cops were posted up on 8th and Green. Now, skip to the next night, around midnight, anywhere between 5 and a dozen members from Richard Allen decided to slide on Penntown again. They parked their car on 7th and Wallace, and took the front entrance inside, shooting multiple residents along the way. Richard Allen didn't know members from sets such as TNN, Saudi World, Norris Street, and Trap Street, had been having parties for 2 days after the recent death of Cha Glizzy. At least 50 gunshots were fired from at least 2 guns during the shootout inside Penntown, near 7th and Wallace Streets just before midnight, on June 10. Almost every member who was in Penntown that night had guns, expecting some sort of retaliation for the death of Cha. They all shot back at the Richard Allen members running up. Anar Bor got shot 9 times in this incident. Fortunately for him, he made it out relatively unscathed. As the group of people firing back at Richard Allen started moving in and more people were coming up with guns, Richard Allen retreated back to their truck. As they were running back and still shooting, Anthony, from 18th and Dauphin, who was sliding with Richard Allen, was shot in the face. Him dying was quote, "Get back," for PTB Mir according to Penntown. Mir, as we said earlier, was killed October 2019 at 3 a.m. walking home. He was shot 20 times by Richard Allen. YM was seen posting his respect to fallen member Anthony on Instagram.
Tell us what happened. Randy, walk us through.
Yeah, so this is a very large crime scene that spans much of the courtyard and a couple blocks around the Spring Garden homes, 7th and Wallace Streets in Philadelphia near Northern Liberties. Take a look over here. Police have been processing evidence, just gathering a number of those evidence markers in the past 30 minutes or so. 50-plus shots fired. That's what we're being told by police. And 7 people hit, 1 person dead. Police recently found the body of a young man lying in the grass behind some of these parked cars. We'll show you some video from overnight. Police tell us somebody began shooting here just before midnight, at least 50 gunshots from 2 separate guns. 4 young men showed up to the Temple University Hospital with gunshot wounds. One of them was shot in the neck. He's listed in critical condition. 2 other victims driven over to Jefferson Hospital, including a 22-year-old woman and a 58-year-old man. Police say that 7th victim, he was shot in the face, found lying in the ground, and police believe he's in his 20s. Neighbors here say gunshots are not uncommon on this block, but 50-plus in one night, that was alarming.
Nigga shot me, somebody died. That's on bees. Hop out, let it breeze, pull up. I got shot 9 times and I ate it. Same nigga shot me, didn't make it. Smoking sands got me higher than a spaceship. Get his ass, he try to run, then we gon' chase him. Brody slime, niggas shot me, try to hide. I took 9 from a 40, I could've died. Big and North, send a hit, get you fried. Last 2 niggas try to play, they in the sky.
After the Ant situation, A young guy that they called YSL who repped Penntown was killed in Kensington. Masai Moore was shot on the 3100 block of F Street on Wednesday, December 23, 2020. At 8:20 a.m., Philadelphia police officers responded to the scene and found Masai lying on the highway. He was suffering from gunshot wounds to his body. Police placed Masai in their patrol vehicle and rushed him to Temple University Hospital, where he died that morning. Masai Moore was 20 years old. He resided on the 600 block of North Marshall Street in Philadelphia, PA. After the death of YSL, Richard Allen started dissing heavily, as YSL was a beloved member of Penntown.
Moving, he start reaching, I start cutting. I ain't never trust nobody. I start beefing with my cousins. He a snake, cause we ain't going down. Put 7 in his back because that pussy said he from the town.
And you said that he ain't built and get him off the street. Cause we be stepping with them ladders, nigga, talk is cheap. Now as long live your savage, take these RIPs. Now as long live Quack forever, ball and peace.
And try make a mess again. Got some homies in the ground who I would never see again. Trolling all up on the net, these 556 is breaking men. Let the eyes control the net, the whole city know how we rockin'. Lil' bro, he got up close, he shot that nigga in his noggin.
Another member of the guys from Penntown held a special place for was Bahir Lacey, or PTB Ba. So when he was gunned down on October 6 of 2021, on his 29th birthday, this seemed to be a turning point in the ongoing war. As if it wasn't bad enough already. Things were already reckless between the two rivals, but now the shootings and deaths were accelerating with the ongoing health emergency of 2020 and 2021, which wreaked havoc on America at large. The gangs had free run of the city. Getting back for Ba was not only expected but demanded from the guys. For Penntown they wouldn't even have to do anything for Richard Allen to immediately feel some pain. Allegedly this would come from inside the set. Philadelphia police officers responded to the 900 block of North 11th Street and found Jabriel Purnell, or Breel, lying in the street. Breel was a beloved guy from Richard Allen. He was suffering from numerous gunshot wounds. Police placed Jabriel in their patrol vehicle and rushed him to Temple University Hospital, where he died that evening. Breel's death is believed to be from an internal argument that could have been solved with a one-on-one or even just talking it out. Tempers sometimes flare and you have things like what happened to Breel happen. Less than a month earlier a viral video of a New Year's Eve encounter with a Philadelphia police officer went viral. Breel planned on suing the police department, as he was assaulted and arrested on that night by the officer in question.
White shirt, that sounds racist.
No. Can you please call the sergeant? I'm sorry about that.
Oh my God. What did you mean by white?
No, I didn't mean
what did you mean by white?
I mean by the color of his t-shirt.
That's the color of my shirt.
Can you please call the sergeant?
Not the color of my skin?
Can you please call the sergeant? Can you please call the sergeant?
Not the color of my skin.
Is you going to call the sergeant, sir?
Call what sergeant?
The sergeant, sir.
White sergeant? Why do I got to call a white sergeant?
No, can you please call the sergeant on your unit?
Did you misspeak or are you misspeaking now?
That video displayed some disgusting behavior of the Philadelphia Police Department, specifically Officer Hoover.
If I'm not committing a crime or anything
You're
in
not
that
committing a crime? Who said you're committing a crime? I'm allowed to be here. It's a free country.
All right, me too.
Why are you chasing me around then?
I'm not chasing you around. Let you tell it.
Boy, you don't live down here.
Let you tell it.
Boy, where are you from?
None of your business.
Where are you from?
Yep, thank you.
You got it?
Mm-hmm, thank you. Why are you putting a light on my face, sir?
What?
You following me?
All day.
All right, me too. Just a second, I'm wrong.
Knocked the male down to the ground. As far as the disciplinary findings, Officer Hoover was cited for departmental violations, misconduct, unprofessional conduct, and physical abuse.
At this moment, I am now recording him just to show that I am not doing anything threatening to him or anything in that nature. I'm not following you. I'm walking to my...
Why are you following me to talk around?
I'm not following you. I told you.
He was charged with assault and possession of a small amount of weed. As we said, this was a big loss for Richard Allen. If they thought the loss of Breel hurt, they had some more pain in store. YM1000 is a big face from Richard Allen. He's probably their most well-known rapper from this era and has had a name for the last couple of years. YM reps for 10th and Brown, but petty spats and arguments within the circle have left things very testy lately with the gang. But one thing is for sure, he goes hard for Richard Allen and the same for the guys writing for him.
Wish I could see Quack as a grown man. I wonder would he have a business, would he have his own plan? I wish I could see Brill with that dispensary. Probably be blowing all day and probably fitting about the missions. I wish I could see Ant as a rapper. Probably be a full-time dad and a all-star trapper. Gonna probably be the biggest boss. Brody had the biggest heart, so that's my biggest loss.
YM has an older brother, Gunna or Zykeem Thomas. Gunna, the oldest of 4 boys, was killed on July 13, 2021. Gunna is the brother of the rapper YM100. He was a big score for Penntown, and if you pay attention to the music the two sets put out, you should know that Gunna's name is mentioned a lot. 2VO from Penntown put 2 songs, mockingly calling them Letter to Wanna, after Gunna's own brother put out a song called Letter to Gunna.
They ain't slumped that, man.
To the jails, and mean at least I do the best I can. I didn't go fair for all them guns, I know I blessed I am. Don't jumping on the opposite, cause if I see you with them ain't no passes, bitch you gotta die. I really miss my brother dearly, did they really kill him barely? Bitchin', not to mention, Mr. Angelo move like the president. I could swap you guns, but I'm still active, I ain't selling it. The ops ain't catch a body in forever, guess they celibate. Mostly virgins, take no breaks, we always purge.
I'ma make this a letter to his brother. They mad that we smoking on. They mad that we smoking on. Mom better pray for our son. I hope we get drops on the other one. I wanna see him run from the button. My niggas can't run from him. That boy ain't no driver, that boy is a wannabe. Shit, that's what I'm smoking. Shit, that's what I'm smoking. I told this wanna weed. I know they gon' run for me. You know if I pop out, them niggas gon' run for me. I know they gon' run for me. But I got a button, so it ain't no running. I got a problem with smoking on wanna. I got a problem with pop my shit, I ain't mumbling. Drop my thumbs, I'm thumbing it. When I pop out in the strip, they running. Pop out the car, I'm hunting. I could be talking about money, but I'ma keep talking about wanna. I'ma keep making love to his brother, and making love to his mother.
As with all these beefs within the city, the only thing that's seeming to slow the bloodshed down is when the main steppers get locked up or killed. As sad as it is to say, it's the reality of the situation.
We the headshot gang, and they gon' pay me for that verse. That nigga not my man. Yeah, I ran up all his cash, and I ain't do a scam. Screaming, fuck that man.
Watch a nigga choke. Book and gunner gang, that just for the goats. Know that goofy nigga wanted fame, now he the biggest post.
Catch a body, then I make a track, that's a hot diss. Bullets burning skin off his face like it's hot grits. Present dissing in your man video, a stretcher. 103, put him in the air, new pressure.
Yeah, they smoked your brother and your family pouting. Put his bitch ass in the sky, he all in a falcon.
I heard a bullet hit his head, well he should've ducked. They asking me why this the day, go dig them niggas up. He a fighter, he was trying but he ain't make it. Nigga touch my chain, he gon' die, try and take it. He just got a call, his brother died, he gotta face it.